Hi there. How are you today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. I am here to teach you the practice of how to remember something you believe you forgot. My name's Elaine R. Snyder, and I am a writer. I'm an author of quite a few books. You can find those on my website at elainersnyder.com. I also have a free blog for anyone who'd like to take a look at that. It's called Logifile. It is on my website. And if you are interested in anything else that I do, you can find that on my website as well. Today I'm going to teach you how to use free writing as a means to remember things you believe you forgot. And if you don't know how to use free writing or don't know how the technique works, I did share a video called How to Use Free Writing or How to Free Write. You can find that on my YouTube channel. But today I'm going to teach you how to use that tool of free writing to remember things, because I think a lot of people have this belief that forgetting is a thing. It's not a thing, actually. Your brain doesn't actually forget anything. What happens is when information goes in, sometimes it's simply we don't have a pathway fired to that place where that information is stored in your brain, and that's why you may not remember it. So, for instance, if you say put down a set of keys that you can't remember where they are, well, it's not that you can't remember, it's just that when you set down those keys, you didn't attach particularly an important thing to the keys location when you put them down. So maybe you didn't attach a good visual image of where they were, or you were distracted by thinking about something else when you put the keys down. And so your brain is not having an easy time of remembering where you put down the keys. So what's really happening is that pathway that would normally be fired a little bit better because you attached a couple of different mnemonic devices, so to speak, with that memory. Maybe you didn't do it at that moment when you put your keys down. So what you need to do is you're going to have to go back into your mind in a way and delve into where that information is in your brain, because you didn't attach a very strong mnemonic device to it. So also, you could use this in terms of, say, a childhood memory that you are having a hard time recalling. Say your family took a vacation someplace and they're all talking about this vacation, and some important thing happened and you can't seem to recall this vacation at all, and you're not sure why, but everybody else seems to remember it because for whatever reason they attached certain emotions or certain events to those memories in their minds, and they continue to fire those pathways to recall those memories with ease. That's all this is. It's just recalling with ease because you've continued to fire these same pathways over and over again, and that's all that's happening. So what you have to do in order to recall something you believe you forgot, and it doesn't matter how long ago this event happened, your brain potentially can relocate this information at any time. What you just need to do is use free writing in order to try to recall that information. How does it work? Well, whatever the thing is that you hope to remember, you need to decide what to call it. So if it's lost keys, then you write how to find the keys I misplaced. And then you start writing. If you use the process of free writing the way I've taught you to do, you will simply put your pen to paper and you will write whatever comes into your head, and you will continue to write until the answer comes to you. In this case, you are not going to use a timer the way I've taught in other places about free writing. You're simply going to write until you think of where those keys are. Maybe that will be 30 seconds of writing. Maybe it will be 10 seconds of writing. Maybe it will be 5 minutes of writing. Maybe it will be 20 minutes. It depends on how readily that information is accessed in your mind. I'm sorry to keep doing that with my ears. I keep getting bugs. Despite using bug spray, the bugs are out. They're enjoying a feast of flesh here today. But anyway, it doesn't matter. You're going to write until you finally come to the answer of where you can find those keys. And the answer will come. You might be very surprised. The reason you may be not able to pull that information from your mind, particularly, is a variety of reasons. One of which might just be that because it's a set of keys and it might be important that you find them, you're stressed about it. And when you're stressed, you're releasing a lot of hormones into your bloodstream that cause you to shut down your cortex and make it hard for you to actually access the memory of where those keys might be. When we get stressed, the blood flows to our muscles and away from your brain, and it makes it hard to think. You need to do physical activity. And the act of writing is a physical activity that can release those stress hormones from your bloodstream and help you to calm yourself, but also to renew the blood flow to your brain, open those blood vessels in your brain again, and then cause you to be able to drop down into that deep thinking that you need to do in order to access the information that you're looking for. So that's essentially what you're doing when you free write. You're accessing your subconscious in a way that you might have a hard time doing with your conscious thoughts getting in the way, particularly if you're stressed. So that's one way that you're actually doing that. But another way that you're also doing that is you're bypassing your conscious mind, which could very well be blocking your ability to access memories. The conscious mind is a tricksy place, like a tricksy habit. It has a tendency to want to prevent you from accessing information in your subconscious because your ego is a thing that has a tendency to think it's a very important aspect of your life. Your brain's intention is to keep you alive, and its entire focus is survival. So when your focus is on survival, you're not worried about deeper thoughts about spirituality or, say, remembering something that happened to you in your childhood, particularly if your brain saw that as a threat and to your survival and buried it for some reason. So if you're having a hard time accessing your memories for one reason or another, there could be something around that memory that felt threatening to your ego or to your mind, and it's protecting you from it in what it sees as a survival tool. So in order to bypass that conscious mind, you have a tool now through free writing that you can utilize to tap into your subconscious in a different, more active way than just meditating, perhaps, because while meditation is very effective, this is a sort of active meditation. It has a tendency to help those of us who tend to have a hard time sitting quietly and allowing our thoughts to settle into a place where we can actually be present. So the activity of writing allows you to be present with yourself in a non-threatening space, but it does at times take a little work in order for you to tap in. So if you're used to denying yourself this opportunity to bypass your conscious thought, and you're used to that mode of pushing your thoughts away or hiding from things that happen to you, or you're typically the type of person who walls yourself off from upsetting things, then this may be a thing you have to do several times in order to actually access those memories that you're seeking, if they're in your deep past, for instance, or if they're something that could be very disturbing to unearth in your subconscious. So if this is something that you desire, which is, if you want to find a way to get to these memories in your past, then take the time to just write. And in this case, if you are actually seeking a thing that you really want to unearth, you can choose to go ahead and say, if this is something from your deep past, you can choose to say, okay, I'm going to give myself at least 15 minutes to write until it comes out. Or you can just give yourself an open-ended writing session to say, nope, I'm going to write until I find the answer. And that tells your brain, your ego, your conscious mind that, no, I mean business. I'm not backing down. I am writing until you give me the answer, and until you unlock that memory. I am here, I'm doing this, and this is happening. The end. You can do that. So it just depends on how patient you're willing to be. But you may find that, you get writer's cramp and you're exhausted and it's not coming and it won't unlock. Try not to punish yourself about it. It's okay if it doesn't come the first time, the second time, the third time. It's going to come out eventually if you continue to insist with your subconscious that you mean for this to be unearthed, and that's your purpose and your intention. It will eventually rise up out of your subconscious. You may just need to be patient with yourself because, again, if your brain really feels this is a threatening memory and that it's very, very upsetting for you for some reason, it really may be protecting you from something that you don't even understand. And it may be a devastating thing for you to unearth. And it may be healthy for you to do so because, of course, we know that when we keep things inside, that's not a good place for us to be. But it may be hard for you to handle once it does come out. So be patient with yourself. Be gentle. Be kind. You have to be kind to yourself before all else. So, in the process of doing this, please gently push yourself, but don't be harsh, okay? So take the time to work through it, write as much as you need, give yourself that opportunity to, oh my gosh, I just had a grasshopper on my leg. Oh, sorry. A grasshopper. I think I just scared it away. Anyway, if you take the time to do this technique, it will reward you. And you may just need to take as many sessions as it requires for you to get through, to break through. So don't be surprised if it doesn't happen right away. But if it's a recent memory and it's something simple like, I can't find my keys, or, oh my gosh, where did I put my notebook? Something easy like that, you can probably get that with just a session or two, and it should come back to you. And again, it's just a matter of finding it in the maze of thought patterns. That's all it is. So good luck to you with finding those memories and unearthing them and relieving them and releasing them in the way that they need to come out. Give them their time, give them their space, honor that sense of that desire for yourself to be protected and safe, and understand and tell your mind, of course, that the intention is it's not to be unsafe, but it is to heal. And if you have that feeling about it when you're trying to release a memory that could be painful, then that's going to be more likely to help you unearth that when you come in with that intention of, okay, this is going to heal me when I release it, then that might be more readily available to you to let your subconscious release it for you. But also you can have that happen with, say, a memory of just maybe you just want to remember that vacation that you took and you're sort of wondering, why is it that I can't remember it and everybody else can? Again, it could be a painful memory associated with it that you just don't know, and it could just be that maybe it wasn't that great a vacation for you and you just didn't care to spend the energy firing the pathways to it. It could be something that simple. So, but you don't know until you try to write about it and see what comes out. So give yourself that time. Give yourself that space, give yourself that comfort in the moment when you're sitting down to do this thing. Remember to make this moment comfortable. Remember to sit someplace where you're feeling happy, maybe someplace in the sunshine. I happen to be sitting in the woods right now. This is one of my favorite places. Find your favorite place and find a way to enjoy it. Okay? So I hope this helps you, and best of luck in finding that memory. I'm sure you'll see it. Give it time.